As a black man who grew up in California, I did not initially view family separation as a form of political disenfranchisement. Over time, however, I came to understand that many black families were intentionally separated in order to qualify for government assistance. This experience mirrors, in important ways, what many Latino families have faced through immigration and welfare policies. What is striking is the moral framework consistently imposed on African Americans. Black communities are often told that negative outcomes stem from moral failure, criminality, laziness, or a lack of discipline rather than from structural decisions made by the state. Historically, black men were labeled criminal not because of inherent behavior, but because unemployment, vagrancy, and refusal to accept exploitative wages were criminalized. When black men were excluded from labor unions and skilled trades, their forced absence from work was reframed as personal deficiency rather than systemic exclusion.
Idleness imposed by law or policy was treated as evidence of laziness. When black men were separated from their families through federal welfare rules, there were no mass movements condemning the policy. Instead, the separation was normalized. In some cases, black women were financially incentivized to exclude black men from the household, while black men were told to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and blamed for their economic position.
Marriage was portrayed as something black men were unworthy of, not because of a lack of responsibility, but because the economic foundations required for family stability were deliberately undermined. Despite enduring slavery, segregation, labor exclusion, and family separation, some of the most severe forms of disenfranchisement in American history, the dominant narrative placed responsibility on black men themselves, rather than on the policies that constrained their choices.
As a black man who grew up in California,